It is powered by More Than Dawgs. They're in the northeast corner of 34th and Shields.
Yes.
They got all your needs today, breakfast sandwiches, and then their usual fare for lunch. I mean, they're lined up with everything. MSS. Anything special this week?
So here's a tip. You guys can go to the ballpark and you can get a brat, and it'll cost you $10. You go over there, you can get a brat and fries, and it'll cost you $7 or $8. But what I would suggest doing, breakfast sandwich, bacon, egg, and cheese, side of fries, $10 out the door. What can you can't ask for more than that?
Maybe that's so cheap compared to the ballpark.
Plus, by the time you get in the ballpark, the fucking side of the bag is clear because there's so much grease on there. It is delicious.
MSS, what are we trying out here? What are these little special things?
We got an email from a guy, Gavin, from Slick Spirited Ice, and I'm doing the mango margarita pop.
That's what I got.
You have the mango. You
I
have
get the strawberry.
It's a 8%.
8%ers, baby.
We don't know how many.
8% freeze pop, baby. These are fucking something.
And they gave us these little cute koozies that we can use later for our reading glasses because we're old. Well, these are delicious.
I'm really going real fast on this. So
I'm gonna be honest. These are very tasty. They're in the ballpark.
They are. They're available in the Jack Daniels bar, and I think Josh Nelson told me they are $8, $9 with the tip.
Okay,
beautiful.
So, and they're 8%, and man, it's like a freeze pop when you're a kid, except it's filled with booze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What could be better than that shit?
I'm enjoying it. We'll see how the rest of this goes.
Let's see if we make it through all the questions.
They have special ones coming up for the 4th of July. That were vodka-based. These are tequila-based, and they also have whiskey-based ones, too. Check them out. SlickedSpiritedIce.com. I think is what it is. It's something like that. Just fucking Google the shit like I will later. And then you can get them shipped to you. Flat rate, $9.99 anywhere in the country. So
beautiful.
Yeah. I don't think you have to be 21. So enjoy it irresponsibly.
Thanks for sending these, Gavin. We really appreciate it.
Delicious.
The Sunday Soak, as always, this is an all-question show. Boys, are you ready for a few questions?
I would love some questions.
Let's do it. Let's start with the OG. Aloha, Mr. Hand. And Mr. Hand says, I've heard MSS talk about craft porn a lot. Can he provide a definition of what craft porn is and some of the characteristics that make it craft porn? My sock summer, go, baby.
The floor is mine.
The floor is yours.
So craft porn, to me, is not big name stars, right? When you think of craft beer, you think of smaller breweries. They produce less. It's not very big. So it's not your, I don't even know, I'm sure Vivid is still a thing. I don't think Wicked is, but you know.
Not a
so
great
anyway, craft porn is like the smaller things, like Bang Bros. They are now not craft porn anymore, right? They've gone into a major market. But in the beginning, those motherfuckers are craft porn. Limited scenes, limited times that you see a certain actress. So like, sometimes these actresses do not stick around in porn for very long. Maybe they need to pay off school. Maybe they need to get a tit job. I don't know. Maybe they want a butt lift. I'm not sure. But anyway, they only make three. If they only make 3 to 4 videos, which is kind of amazing because usually they shoot 19 in the first day. That's 100% craft porn. Limited numbers of appearances, limited numbers of scenes, total videos, whatever.
What's the jump from craft to mainstream?
Yeah.
Is if you have a fake butt out there.
If they're monetizing your ass in some way, shape, or form with a product, it's it. It's over. You're out of the craft
product
scene.
placement with virgin butthole on it. You are no longer craft porn.
You sold your asshole out. That's it. It's over. Craft career is over.
That's what happened to Metallica.
It's blown out.
I'll speak completely fucking gone. Well, thank you, MSS. Appreciate you providing guidance for us and for the audience.
You can go out of craft porn and then come back into it too. Like if you're like forever, because like Violet Myers, she started out very small, and now she's like big as hell. She could still call back when she becomes a MILF. She could go back into craft porn being a MILF.
I like that.
God, I wish Glenny Balls was moving to Chicago.
We'd
have a great show.
This is like the method acting of porn. Huh? All right. Next question is from. Next question.
Yeah, give me it.
I'm gonna get to the classic.
Bless your heart.
The classic.
You need to
one?
cut.
Or do you want the strawberry?
I'll take that one.
You want it cut or uncut?
Oh, you got to cut it.
All right. Next.
No anteathers. No anteathers.
We prefer ours cut. Looks nicer that way. It's more personality.
Craft porn definitely needs to be cut. I don't want any non-cut.
I need that beer though.
Oh, next question is from Schles Peppy. Schles Peppy's becoming one of our more reliable questioners. And Schles Peppy says, if you were to build a Frankenstein monster using parts from the 3 of us fellas Which parts would make it from each to build the one monster?
All right. So let's start.
You're gonna workshop this?
Yeah, let's workshop this.
I mean, the BWs, we're taking it hard. We're taking it hard.
Yeah, that's right.
I
I mean, a white hog might look weird with the rest of our parts, but we're gonna gamble with it.
So you guys
Brown
are
butt.
you guys are not
white dick.
you guys are not privy to this, but I can see everybody's feet. My feet. We get my feet. Even though we're gonna be tall with kind of smaller feet.
Yeah, see, that's a problem. The balance. I'm
but
worried about the balance.
you guys both have disgusting feet.
Well, we got big feet. They're so spread out. Disgusting.
Shut up.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that
what
manicure or
about
something here.
Yeah, this shit is beautiful.
Fucking so
You
this
should.
shit.
Your foot is hairy.
Look how hairy that foot is.
I'm a hairy
What are you, an orangutan? What's going on here? Look at
Like,
that
well,
foot like that one, man.
Oh,
My
shit.
foot ain't look like
It's
that.
bright orange.
Oh, yours is beautiful.
It's like George the Animal Steel.
It's an added effect of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
my head, obviously. I'm the best looking. I got the best hair.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'll use that.
I'll take your brain though.
He's got a good beard, too.
Yes.
He's got a good beard. He's
Oh,
got
what
a
he
good beard.
chooses to groom it?
Yeah.
Me and MSS have bad brain. We'll take your brain.
Sounds good. Yeah, I see what you did there. You went for your face so you can get away from my nose.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Oh, hell yeah. We don't need that.
It's got character.
We're getting your brain. We're already gonna like Scottie Pippen. All right, we don't need the nose to go along with it.
Okay.
Also, we'll take my arms. Because
Yes.
you guys don't even have arms.
No,
What do you mean?
As far as I know.
Your upper body is the
Yeah.
best one.
It's the best of the three here.
The best is the-
I disagree. I would take me from here up. Over
No,
MSS.
you have like slappy tits.
You're beautiful. What are you talking about? I can hold a 10. Look at you.
That's
Looks
true.
like you're breaking out over here.
You don't know.
I'm more durable for the environment.
I'm white. And it's fucking,
I know.
we
That's what
just got into June.
it's defective. You know, we gotta
I'm
get rid of all that
sorry.
stuff. Keep the dark skin stuff.
Motherfucker.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna can be something else. Why we take your
We're gonna look
serotonin. What is that
weird.
shit? Serotonin? Or, what the fuck is that?
That's it.
I don't know. Melatonin? I don't know.
No, you're right. We'll take your upper body. We'll
Yeah.
take my calves.
Your calves are
My
great.
legs
yeah.
from here to here. Because Terezi's a footist over here and wants his feet, his tiny
Yeah.
feet.
My thighs though.
What size shoe
You
you?
have good thighs.
11.
We're gonna fall. Size 11, we have lady feet, and we'll be 6'5". What
Guys.
6'5" motherfucker got a size 11 shoe?
True.
Well, we're combining us, okay? He's 6'4". When we add all the shit up there, we'll be maybe 6'7". Who knows how tall we'll
My
be?
hair is not that
What
high.
about can we put my ears on your head?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so it's total Mr. Potato Head. That's
That's
a
little
good
white
idea.
ears.
I like the good portion of our body. It's gonna be brown with a huge white hog.
Guys, I have an announcement to make. I have accidentally sprouted wood. I made wood.
He made one.
I accidentally made wood. My bad. All this ass talk and calf.
That's Juicy Double. Your Juicy Double's got to be on there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're basically
We're good.
I think
We
we
got
can
by.
line up. Thank you for that question. Slush. 6'7", size 11 shoe. Next question is from White Sox Sal.
Sal, happy Pride and go fuck yourself.
White Sox Sal says, one scene from Goodfellas has to go. We got to get it out of here. Eliminate it. He says, which one? Number 1, the scene about the shine box. Number 2, the funny how scene. Or number 3, prison cooking. Treasy, you're first.
Getting rid of the funny how.
Okay.
Great scene. I love the scene. But we didn't need it to know that Tommy's insane. Right? There's a nice little foreshadowing in it with the,
Yep.
he may fold under questioning,
All that
joke,
shit,
all that
yep.
stuff. But that's the only one that you didn't really need that scene to progress the movie. Right? I think
Right.
Shinebox is just too critical
Yep.
to the film. Because killing that guy is
the whole reason everything falls
everything
apart.
falls apart. And then the prison
Cooking
cooking.
bats.
I think they needed that scene to just kind of really show that these guys didn't have the same prison situation.
Yeah.
So there was no threat to them of breaking the law. Right? That wasn't ever a threat to them. They could go on living a very normal life in prison.
Yep.
And to the point that they're bitching and moaning about too much onion in something, right?
Yeah,
Like,
in
so-
the sauce, yeah.
So
3 small onions.
So that's the thing. It's that needed to be in there to show that there's the only consequence to these guys was death. That was the only thing that could stop them. So I think those 2 scenes have to be in there. The funny how I love that scene,
Yeah.
but it also if it wasn't in there, you wouldn't have gone I don't think this Tommy guy is too crazy.
Yeah.
MSS, what do you think?
I'm thinking more big picture than you are. If we don't have that scene, Michael Imperioli is not in Sopranos. Like that's right, isn't that Michael?
No,
No.
that's not
No,
that
he's
scene.
in
That's
the scene, the card game.
He's the card game.
Funny
He
how he's in
shoots.
the restaurant.
I thought he got shot after the funny.
No,
House.
no. Funny House in the restaurant.
Well,
He breaks.
then I agree with you. That scene could go straight to fucking hell.
The prison cooking scene, I think, is most famous for how thinly Paulie's slicing the garlic. And I need that visual, man. It's one of the funniest visuals. It's like the boss is so detailed that even the way he slices garlic has to be a certain way.
He's precise.
Yeah, there's a level of precision for that. So
It
it's a
also
very interesting scene.
humanizes them. It makes them look like a human at that point. Like you're like, okay, they're killing people and chopping their heads off, but they also
Like a good.
And not human parts. Like not no Dahmer stuff. This is they're cooking that regular stuff. All right, next question from Liam Menus. Long time guy. He says, in the light of the latest Scottie Pippen comments, he seems to be confused about past events. Do you think there's any chance he returns to his beer vendor post at the stadium this summer? That's a deep cut. So there was a beer vendor that looked, is that was his name?
Claude.
Looked a lot like Scottie Pippen. And, there was always confidence. We
saw him die.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, exactly. With the bee. The bumblebee.
It was a dragonfly.
Oh, dragonfly. That's right.
The dragonfly was coming at him.
Yeah.
And it's this big, and dragonflies don't do shit. So,
Yeah.
but he still tried to maneuver out of the way.
Yeah.
But he's holding the beer tub.
Yeah.
And like he almost bit it down the steps. He would have fell down 30 steps.
Yeah, that's right. He gave the dip back, and that was dangerous.
And he's about 6'1".
He's tall.
He wasn't.
He ain't Pippen's height, but
no, he's not as big as him.
Well, we could Frankenstein it all together. We get him to 7 8 feet.
We'll give him real tiny shoes.
We'll put the Pippen hat on.
All right, thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
he's still at Wrigley, but he doesn't work.
No more socks?
Doesn't work the South Side anymore.
No, man. You don't like Jared? Same with him. Next question is from Father Sean. Oh, I hear something. Okay.
Oh my God! Also, 3 fluid ounces on these motherfuckers. Yeah, give me one of those hard mouth.
It's only 3
Oh,
ounces.
that's one the strawberry.
I don't want I said she got a headache after 2 of them because she ate them so fast. I think it was a brain freeze. I don't want to.
Oh, that's delicious regardless. Next question is from Father Sean. Father Sean says, what character from The Wire, which just turned 21 years old on Friday, fits your personality best?
Can I say yours?
Go for it.
I think what's the old guy? Lester?
Yeah.
I feel like that's mostly you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. What do you think about him for MSS?
See, I don't really know.
I'm thinking Herc, baby.
Well, he's got some hurt to him.
Yeah.
I think if we asked Wally money, he'd say Bubbles.
He's always going to go like station. He's always hustling. You know, he's got the brain working to do that shit. You know, yeah, that's true.
But I wouldn't take that beat down like Bubbles did. I fucked that shit.
That's right.
I would fuck them back up.
But you would come up with them scams like the ladder scam and all that shit where they were able to squeeze the money out of those dudes. Yeah, he was into some shit. So I could kind of see that. For you, this is interesting. Think about this for a second here, because you got sort of a grand plan kind of guy. You're not as ruthless as Marlo, but you're kind of like in that range. Like you're not. I don't think you're as much of a killer, but you are sort of a planner. Think about stuff, very quiet but thoughtful about everything. That's how Marlo ran his shit.
But maybe more like Stringer, because I'm at the end of the day an idiot.
But you're not disloyal. See, he was disloyal.
That's
Stringer ended up being disloyal. That screwed him up. So something in that vein. You're not. You're not husky enough to be Prop Joe. So that's not it. Okay, well, I'm gonna settle on Marlo for you.
I like Prop Joe. That's great.
I love Prop Joe. Absolutely.
Who are you again?
Lester. Next question is from Josh Nelson. Had dinner with Josh Nelson last night. Good to see you, my friend. He says, good or bad idea? White Sox need a chicharron or pork rind stand somewhere in the stadium. MSS.
The good part is that would be delicious. Bad part, you got to drink a lot more. And shit's expensive over there. So, good idea. I'm going to go with good idea.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think you don't even need a new stand. You make the churro stand, churros and chicharron.
Chicharron.
Yeah.
Just have a big bag of chicharron and they break you off a piece.
Like
the
side
of a pig, basically.
Yes, like the T-Rex chicharron.
Yeah. But I'm trying to say.
It's not a.
It's not a chicharron. That is not right.
Chicharron.
What the fuck? You know? Who gives a shit?
That's not a good or bad idea. It's a fucking great idea. If they had chicharron in the stadium, I would actually eat during the game. I could eat some chicharron, right? I don't want to mess with all that other shit, but a hunk of chicharron, break it off, eat it, and MSS is right. It complements the beer perfectly. I mean, it goes right along with it, so that's a great idea.
Or you could sell it for really cheap and then make your money back on the beer.
I can't wait for MSS to tell someone in charge of the stands, why are we getting this cafeteria style chicharron?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a grade school chicharron. How dare you?
I can take a little criticism. People that I give the criticism can take it. You guys can't take it. You're little bitches.
You're not taking it very well right now.
Hell yeah.
How much do you like those guys?
Leave my floppy tits alone, right?
Nice nipples, though. You definitely take your nipples.
No way. Your nipples are rock hard every game. I want those missiles. Give me that missiles, goddammit. How dare you?
The missile nipples?
The caps. We didn't need to see your caps. You would take one of our other tests. Your titty nipples are in, all right? I'm sorry to double back in this question. It's very important to me. The next question is from Chris G. Longtime guy. Chris G says, since the NBA Finals are going on, he wants to pay homage to Mike North. If God came down and said the White Sox would win the World Series if you guys shaved your heads and beards, are you doing it, Treasy?
For the World Series?
For a World Series win for the White Sox.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No doubt. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I would do it to get to the World Series. Yeah, I would.
Is this one of those things, though, like where it's like a devil's trick where if you shave all the shit off, it never comes back?
Oh,
or anything weird like that? I don't know, because I don't remember what North had said about this way back in the day.
I'm going to pass.
If that's the case.
Well, yeah, if I'm bald for the rest of my life for one World Series ring, fuck that. I'll take the chance.
I don't want to look like Billy Wires.
We're good.
I need my hair. I can't have that identity.
Well,
you
can lose weight.
We can always go to Restore, and they can take the hair from my foot and put it on my head.
Yeah, isn't White Sox getting
He's getting that from Chief Speed.
Chief Speed, okay.
I did ask him, I go, can they take this part of your face? He's like, they can. We talked about it.
That's where he's got all the extra, right here, and then not up here.
Yeah.
That's what they're just going to do. They're going to just throw it all the way up there. That's like a wolf over from
All right, next question from John Carney. John Carney says, I usually dismiss this type of stuff, but I've heard on both radio stations rumors of Theo Epstein to the White Sox to kind of fix everything.
Oh, my God.
What are you guys' general thoughts on this? I know we were cutting it up the other day with Mr. Hand.
You know what general thought on this is like, you're not creative to come up with somebody who's not already a Chicago person.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like, I don't know, let's talk about this. They're from the Cubs, so just move them over here. And no, I mean, Theo Epstein is in line to become.
I would walk with him with open hands.
Yeah, we all would.
But
he's in line to either become an owner or a commissioner.
Yeah.
Probably the commissioner.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're a baseball fan, you should be rooting for that because he's the one that put in like all the new rules. These are from the desk of Theo Epstein.
Yeah.
Book of good ideas.
Yeah.
There's the one.
He
didn't have to do that, but
he might have tried. We don't know.
But so far, so good with what he's been doing. So I would love to see him as a commissioner instead of the fucking emperor that we got right now.
Yeah. Oh, there's no question about
that.
Yeah,
you can take that also. Plot twist, though. What if he becomes the new owner of the White Sox? I'll take that. That would be awesome.
I'd be down. I'd be down.
He could be part of the group, maybe buy out Jerry's kids, after Jerry decides that, but we'll see. That would be cool. I would take that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either, but I think, like Treasy's mentioning, it's a totally unoriginal, like, tired-ass sports talk.
But it works.
I mean, I don't know if it works or not. I don't listen to it, so it doesn't work on me, at least.
Normie media.
The Normie media does this type of stuff. Like
he took over in Boston. They won a World Series.
Yeah.
Took over in Chicago. They won a World Series.
Yeah.
Why can't they? Can he take over?
Why would he?
Why would he?
Why would? Oh, okay. Well, okay. That's a different story.
All right.
Yeah, I thought you guys were shitting on the idea of just not being original. Okay, I get it.
No, he's smart. He's great. He probably would figure it out.
Okay,
wherever he
all right.
wants.
We're on the same page.
It would be a huge step backwards in his career progression
to
do that. So, bringing that up on sports radio is lazy to me.
Yeah.
I like the question, though, because we
can flush it out.
Non-sports radio people need to talk about this shit and say, hey, sports radio, come up with something fucking original.
Up your game a little bit. Up your game a little bit. All right, next question is from Jeff Bartlett. Jeff Hartlett
What's
says,
up,
yeah, Jeff, we'll probably see Jeff in the
See you
stadium
a little
today.
bit.
We've seen him a bunch this week. Jeff Hartlett said, what would you trust Rick Hahn with? From the
He's
trust
extending
tree
the
from
trust
Thursday.
tree. I love it.
Thursday,
I love
it's
it.
extension of the trust tree. What would you trust Rick Hahn with? For me, like I would trust Rick Hahn if I was building a front office where I could give him direction and something specific that he should be doing because he seems capable. He just seems to lack imagination. Like he just doesn't have the growth mindset to figure out new angles and to improve what the White Sox have going here. They're always so stagnant compared to other teams. And that a lot of that falls on him. You blame Jerry for not giving resources, but a lot of these teams figure shit out without resources. He really does not. So while he's a bright guy, he doesn't have the growth mindset to do this thing. So I could see him lining up as an assistant GM type guy and do great in a role there, but not be the guy in charge.
Yeah, I mean, writing the contracts, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
he was apparently like all we had heard was he was fantastic at that, the structuring and the writing of these contracts. So like,
Yeah.
I'll trust him to do that.
Yeah.
But not extend the offers.
What about trading top tier talent? He's very good at doing that.
Well, I mean,
I think most are good at that.
But I'll say this: he got really good returns. He got a really good return on Jose Quintana, right? Like an insane return. Like, and I heard something this week from somebody, and they said, "Listen, everybody in the baseball world thought that he did such a great job when he assembled this team, and now that the team hasn't really performed, now he's kind of, he's getting shit on to it to a certain extent." I was like, I thought you were just like sucking down your drink.
No.
I was like, what a dick. What are you doing? But no, it made me think about it a little more in the fact that, like, yes, people did think that these guys were going to be great. And when they perform great, you're like, okay, I can understand what he's saying. But when the other 85% of the time when they're sucking dick, like, it's really hard to see the brilliance that
there's a few things. There's a few things. He did go out and get a lot of talented players.
He did.
Using extremely talented players that he had.
Correct.
True.
That's right.
And that return, at that time, Quintana was very good.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was still working.
That he got that return. But that is not the end of it. You don't just go, we got these guys, we don't need to develop them.
Right.
We don't need to build other things around them. We don't need to bring in more talent from free agency, things like that. Like, you can't just count on, like, if we traded away, Chris Sale and Quintana and Eaton, you can't just count on the return from that being your whole team. Like, that's just
you can't red paperclip a fucking World Series.
Right.
You're just not going to do that. You got to come up with some other angles, other strengths. The other thing is, just because pundits or even people in media at the time thought they were good deals, who gives a fuck? Whatever result comes out of it is really where it matters. So, you do that one thing, like Treasy's mentioned, you got to do a lot more to get yourself to the World Series. And he didn't do that. And maybe those deals weren't as good as we thought they were at the time. Maybe some of them were and some of them were not. He traded away. I mean, the people always bring up the Samardzija deal where they got absolutely destroyed in that deal. Like, so there are some real bad deals also amongst the deals. So like when you combine all the shit together, the guys who were well-known talent at cheap prices, because you could sell them at auction. If everyone knows they're for sale, you're not going to get a terrible price on any of them because you got everyone bidding basically. So I would
trust him to pick out a nice wine for dinner.
I think you're good with trusting him to trade away top talent. I think you could,
top talent.
You could do that.
Not
like middling talent. He's going to screw that up.
Not middling, and definitely not fucking minor league talent. Has absolutely no idea with that. So it's just like you could get a good return off of top talent.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
All right, cool. I'm down with that.
I think we nailed that.
And wine.
And wine.
Probably knows wine really well.
Okay, well, we'll find out. I would like to know that. If we got to interview Rick Hahn, I would ask him.
All wine questions.
All wine questions.
Hey,
we don't want to know anything about what you think about
Rick
baseball.
on short little ass right here. Okay.
All right.
Sucking on a pop.
He would love these slicks. There's no question about it. Everyone does. Next question is from Sox Supporter, and I pulled this one in here specifically for you, Treasy, because I have no idea who any of these bands are he's talking about, but he says, which of the following underrated 70s rock and roll bands would you like to have seen in their prime? He goes, I'm so old, I've seen them all. And the names are April Wine, Triumph, UFO, and Nazareth. I only know a song off of one of these. It's Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. Which is a good
well, so UFO is the what's his face's brother, right? The guy from Schenker, that's Michael Schenker, I think. I think.
I got no idea.
And they're like, that's one of those things where it's like, this is like an incredible guitarist. I think I'd probably take that because that's something like that's just like really like you go see a guy who's an incredible guitarist. It's always fun. So like, I think I would go with you.
What's April Wine's hit though? They have they're a one-hit wonder. April Wine has a one-hit wonder. Can we get somebody to Google that?
No one's
our crack production.
Nazareth is also good too because that's
Hair of the dog. Hair of the dog.
Are they? I'm thinking of Kansas.
Dust in the wind.
Cool.
That's what
Absolutely.
You're my boy, Blue.
But April Wine has a major hit too. I'm not
Nature
for
of
some
the
reason.
Beast?
Huh?
Nature of the Beast.
Yeah.
That might be right.
Roller.
Okay.
Sign of the Gypsy Queen.
I never
Nature
heard
of
of
the Beast. Other on Mr. Hand off camera, screaming out, "That's who it is!" All right.
We don't know these bands at all.
I'm gonna go with April Wine just cause.
All right, so Treasy's going UFO. You're going April Wine.
Yeah. Who are you gonna go with?
I don't know any of them.
You should go with Nazareth because you know that.
I've heard of one song from Nazareth.
That's all I've heard.
It doesn't show up for that. Maybe they're one of those bands that plays the one hit twice during the show. You ever see those? Like the real nostalgic bands that play it up front and then they play it as the closer as well.
Get to the work and overtime part. Taking care of business. Start it, and then he's like, "Get to the work and overtime part." Don't even play the whole song. Just play this part.
We only do 80s Joel, sir.
Tell you what.
All right, next question is from
Pops. Woo!
You're feeling it. You got it going good. Next question is from Shane Spagnola. Shane says,
"The Irishman.
Who is the biggest crybaby? Scottie Pippen, Cubs fans, and Aaron Rodgers." Before I kick it over to you guys to make the decision here, Scottie Pippen's not a crybaby. He's just calling it like it is. He's just not a Michael Jordan bootlicker like some of you apparently are. And some of you who put in questions look at Michael Jordan's boots. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's taking a shot at me. I know what Shane's doing here. You just look at Michael Jordan's
boots. You're recovering crybaby.
Fine, that's fine. You want to do that? You do that. All right. Well, who's the biggest crybaby out of the three?
Oh, the three of us? You.
I was for sure. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
I was a big crybaby too.
Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers continues to like complain about how the Packers treated him in this offseason.
Yeah.
And he just keeps making up a new story every time. It's just like this guy is just wants to whine about this. Like he's like if I'm a Packers fan, I'd be pissed off that someone's leaving the org this shit. And it's like
yapping on the way out.
I'm a Bears fan, and I think it's annoying.
He's annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, he took Brett Favre annoying to a next level, right?
Well,
Brett
he
Favre
didn't steal from States.
Well,
and we don't know.
That was later.
We
don't know what he's going to do.
That's true.
After he's retired for 15 years, we'll see what he does.
Well,
we could find out all sorts of shit.
MSS, to our knowledge, he has not sent a picture of his dork to anyone either.
Allegedly,
he's just making his trip to
the
the
gym.
Okay, I got it. Yep, that's fair.
when it happened.
Once you go to New York,
Things change.
do the pants on the ground song and show your dick to people. But no, I agree. Also,
My
the guy
God, what a
that
piece of shit.
dated Olivia Munn still complains. That Shailene Lilly chick still complains. Shut the fuck up. Go into your fucking tank and just shut the fuck up. All right? I'm going to go agree with Aaron Rodgers being the biggest crybaby.
He needs another darkness retreat.
Yeah.
Get his shit together.
Darkness.
Get it together.
Darkness is spreading. Next question is from Roxy. And Roxy says, what porn movie name would you use to determine the current state of the White Sox? My Sox, you're a porn expert.
Yeah.
What kind of a name would you give this season so far?
I really want to say Edward Penis Hands, but like I don't think it really works.
Well, it's very abstract if you go that direction.
Right. Man.
How about Broke Thick Mountain?
Missed it.
I'm a little
short. A little short.
Shaving Ryan's Privates. I'm gonna go with that
I
one.
think that's solid.
Shaving dry. Shaving dry.
Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it sucks. Mostly sucks. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Lovely. That's absolutely perfect. Next question is from Sebastian. Sebastian says, if you were the GM, how close in the divisional race would you need to be in order to not sell at the deadline? So how close you got to be in this race when you get to the deadline where you're not selling any of the White Sox parts? Treasy, where you at?
What are we at right now? 6.5 back?
I think we're 6.5 back. The Sox won yesterday, and the Twins lost to the Guardians. So yeah, I think 6.5.
Twins are in first.
Who's in first?
Fuck those guys.
They suck. They stink. I agree.
6.5 back. That's what I need to be.
That's what I saw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they're not, I mean, this is the part. I was talking to my neighbor that I'd never see yesterday, and not the one I watched the dog. But yeah, I was talking to him, and I was saying the thing is they play like total dog shit, but they could win 83 games and probably still win the division.
Yeah.
And it's like that's why it's like so hard. They're not going to go anywhere, right? And they make the playoffs. It's kind of a moot point, right? Like, yeah. But no, it's still like you're just like, God damn it. Like, it's hard, and that's what they're going to use. And if they fucking sweep the goddamn Detroit Tigers today,
which they're about to,
yeah, then they're going to be even more like, listen, we're only like 3 games away, or well, 5 games away, and like we can do this. And it's like such a false sense of hope for like people in the front office. Fans know that this team ain't going anywhere because there's no way in hell they're going to beat anybody in the playoffs. Unless they get extremely hot and play.
Yeah, they need to get lucky.
Possessed. Yeah, like they have to play like a team possessed, which we cannot see this team doing because they cannot keep it together for 2 weeks. they can string together 5 days that they're really good, and then they suck for 5 days, and then they're like, okay, we're good again, and then give me the scissors. I'm gonna cut.
I'm not allowing you to answer. Right, you won't block.
I do won't block. If I get to it tonight, I will definitely write that up. So be watching out for that at from108.com. Last question. Let's close out with Billy Wires. Billy Wires says, in honor of Pride Month, who is your favorite gay or trans celebrity? He says, I'm torn between Jane Lynch, Dan Levy, and Eddie Izzard.
Those are good
choices. I want to lead off here just recognizing someone in baseball, trans person who did a lot of great work at Baseball Prospectus. Career is continuing on. That's Christina Carl. And actually, Christina Carl's format for doing transactions and analysis for transactions started way back in the 90s, and everyone basically still uses it, where they do the here's the transaction, here's how it affects team X. Here's the transaction, here's how it affects team Y. You see it all over the place, but that's, Christina was the original kind of doing that. So someone who is an OG in the online baseball community has made a huge difference, and it influenced basically everyone who does analysis on their favorite team or on MLB at large. So I think recognition there. I don't know, man.
Also in baseball, Billy Bean, right?
Yeah,
I believe Billy Bean's gay, right?
Oh, but not that Billy Bean. Not Billy Bean of the A's.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, I thought he was gay.
No? Okay.
He's not?
No.
I thought it was. I thought he was.
I don't know why I thought that.
I thought that too.
Well, we're wrong.
Who's your favorite
like not in the sports world.
No, it doesn't have
but RuPaul. Staying Power. RuPaul, the first one that like came out and like literally.
Were you playing the show at Ginger Man?
Oh my God,
G-Man, when RuPaul was at Metro?
So there was we show up to load in at G-Man, and there's like a line, and we're like, this can't possibly be for us. And it was not. It was for the Metro. It was just that far of a line to see RuPaul.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
He, the whole, I don't know, because RuPaul does it both, right? So, like, I think it's like, I don't know how we're supposed to say it, but, like, it's been around for forever. Definitely, she was around forever. And then also, the staying power is still popular, still relevant, and people love those drag queen shows that are just totally awful. But, like, the fact that it's, like, still popular, it gets my vote.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's probably Laura Jean Grace from Against Me.
Okay.
Absolutely incredible band, and it's one of those things where it's like you kind of there was songs that were kind of pushing towards this is what's going on, but I still remember when it became news, it was big news, and there were people in the punk community where you would think it would be like the most accepting group of people that had problems with it.
Oh,
and it was like,
that's surprising.
Why do you care? Why do you care? And like, she continues to put out just incredible music. And so like, I don't know. I just like, I can't imagine what that has to be like. But to be able to not only like, let everybody know, then just excel past where you already were. That's just insanely impressive to me.
Nice. Excellent. Nice show, boys. Hopefully we see all of you at the ballpark. Stop at More Than Dogs on your way there. Get a snack. and let's enjoy this fucking sweep. Detroit Tigers ain't shit, man. Let's kick their ass this
We got
weekend.
it. We got
Gotta
it.
stay in the race here, baby.
way we
Let's
don't
go.
Nothing
Peace,
but
chicken
homies and
grease.
tricks, right?
That's
Homies
right.
and tricks, homies and tricks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they are.